Psychology considers itself a science.
Yeah.
It is in universities, and it has a Newtonian reductionist science approach. So the work you do when you're at university, because I did a social work degree first, and I was so excited about studying psychology because I was passionate about understanding the human condition. I went to university and I was most disappointed with psychology. I was so disappointed. I was disappointed with the teachers because I didn't find them, they weren't edifying. I mean, this was my experience a long time ago. Some of them were, but majority not. And I spent a lot of time studying rats and stats, which of course wasn't my passion. And when I did medical social work. I've always been interested in the whole person. So I did medical social work, and we had a psychiatrist lecture to us about mental health issues. And he gave an example of a person who had schizophrenia and was a wonderful artist. And this person went to the psychiatric hospital, was in the hospital for a couple of years, and was able to be discharged into a flat and live on her own. But she no longer did her art. She just sort of functioned. To me, that's not healing. He was giving that as an example of healing. I wrote my essay. I didn't think that it was good enough. And he tried to fail me. So that's the sort of thing, I mean, and of course, because I was in the last stretch of the degree, and fortunately they gave me a conceded pass on this basis. But it confirmed to me that psychology has this incredible focus on the brain and the physical sciences, and it really comes from a medical model. Psychotherapy is working with the soul, which is the psyche. It's working with the inner life of the human being. And some psychologists are also psychotherapists. Some psychiatrists are also psychotherapists. A psychiatrist has done a medical degree and then gone on to do psychiatry, and usually prescribes medication. That's their main job. They don't do much, they hardly ever do, some do psychotherapy. Jung, for example, Freud and Jung were both working to understand the psyche more. Jung more than Freud. So Freud was understanding the unconscious. He was the father of the unconscious, which was groundbreaking at the beginning of the 20th century. So the psychotherapist is working to understand the inner life and how that is interacting with the outer life of the person. So and that's a typically medical approach, where a symptom is seen as a problem that should be removed. We see a symptom as a sign that needs to be followed. That's a big difference.
I love that.
And so I'm not just a psychotherapist, I work with Chinese medicine as well. So medication has its place sometimes. It has its problems often. It has its place as well. Western medicine has its place. I tell you, I think Western medicine and what it's developed in terms of its understanding of the physical body is unbelievable, amazing, and I absolutely honour it. I have 2 children with life-threatening illnesses who wouldn't be alive if it weren't for Western medicine. I'm very, very supportive of it. However, I'm not so supportive of it in the psychological realm, because that's not physical. It's not. It's more dealing with the soul life. And too much medication can get in the way of really developing a sense of yourself. I really believe that we're really at a tipping point, and it's very important that we change the way we see and the way we do things, and that we live in harmony with nature as much as possible. And the more that can go out, and that we can have an understanding of our place within any context, which is a holistic view, then it's a contribution towards the change of the world that we need. That's